Hello everyone, welcome back to SFDC Ninja, and I'm here with 36th scenario of Apex Trigger scenario series. So without any further delay, let's get started. First, to set the foundation of today's scenario, let's start with data model. So in today's scenario, user will be the target object, and on user object, we have three fields. First is manager field, which is of hierarchy type. For those who are not familiar with the concept of hierarchy type field, let me explain it to you. Basically, it is a unique lookup relationship which is present only on user object. Also, it provides a way to define and maintain relationship between user without the need of additional lookup field. Let me make it more simple for you. You can use this field to store a user's direct manager. Second field is team, which is of picklist type and which contains values sales, IT, and finance. And third is assign manager, which is a checkbox type field and which will be used to determine that whether a manager should automatically get assigned to a user or not. So this is all about data model. Now let's take a look at today's requirement and understand what exactly we are going to do today. So in today's scenario, while creating a user, if the checkbox assign manager is checked, then we need to assign manager to that user according to his or her team. Let me make the requirement more clear using a flowchart. Let's say there is a user and he creates another user with assign manager checkbox checked and with finance value in team pick list field. Now there will be two conditions. First, if there is no user of finance team present, then in that case we need to show error. But if there is a user of finance team present, then we need to assign that user as manager to the user which is being created. So this is what we are going to do today. Now it's time to code. So let's go to VS Code and create a handler class. Let's name it trigger handler. Let's create our method public static void trg method. Since our target object is user, therefore we will pass list of user object as parameter in our method like this. List, let's say new user list. And in this list, we will pass trigger.new from a trigger. So basically, this list will have the new version of records. Apply a null check on this list. If list name dot is empty and write it over it for user, let's say new user list name. Now our first task is to store team name in a set, but only when assign manager checkbox is checked. So for that, let's create a set like this. Set string, let's say team name, new set string. And in this set, we will store team name. Apply a null check on team like this. If new user dot team not equals to null, also apply a check that assign manager checkbox should be checked. New user dot assign manager should be checked. Now, if this condition will get true, I mean when assign manager checkbox is checked and team picklist field has a value, then we will add team name in our set. So copy our set name, paste it here, and add team name in it. New user dot team. Now we want that a further code will be executed only if this set contains a value. So let's apply a null check on this set. Copy its name. If not set name dot is empty. Guys, see, now we need user with the team present in this set. I mean with the value selected by user in team picklist field while creating a new user. And we will assign that user to the manager field. Let's say user selects value sales in team picklist field. Then that sales value will be stored in this set. And here we will fetch user of sales team by using this set. And after that we will assign that user to the manager field. So let's see how we are going to do it. List user, let's say manager list, select id comma team from user where team in this set. Also the manager should be active, therefore use another condition like this. is active equals to true. And we need only one record, so let's use limit 1. Apply a null check on this list. So copy its name. If not list name dot is empty and iterate over it for user manager list name. So we have iterated over this list. But now what we should do? Now to avoid nested for loop, what we will do? We will store data of the user that we have fetched here in a map. So let's create a map first. Map string comma user. Let's say manager map string comma user. And in this map, we will store team name in key and user in value. So copy its name, paste it here, dot put manager dot team in key and manager in value. Again, apply null check on this list. If not list name dot is empty, iterate over it for users. Let's say user obj list name. Now see, we need to assign manager automatically only if the checkbox assign manager is checked. So let's use if condition like this. User obj dot assign manager equals to true. So that if manager checkbox is checked, only then whatever we will write inside this if condition will be executed. Now here the thing is, first we have checked that okay, checkbox is checked, but after that according to scenario, we need to check that if there is a user with same team is present or not. So apply a null check on this map, copy its name. If manager map is not empty, now whatever we will write inside this if condition will execute when there is a user present. But what should we do if there is no user present? So in that case, we need to show error. For that, let's use else part here, user obj and show error message. Dot add error. There is no other user present with user obj dot team t. But if there is a user present, then we will simply update manager field of the user record which is being created by the user present in this map. So apply another condition inside this if that if team name of this user record is present in key of this map. Manager map dot contains key user obj dot team. And now create an instance of user using this map. User manager manager map dot get user obj dot team. Apply a null check on this manager. If manager not equals to null, and finally update the manager field. User obj dot manager id manager dot id. Save it and deploy it to org. Okay, we are getting error. Expression cannot be assigned. Line number 21. Okay. We need to use this end. Save it and deploy it again. Okay, it is successfully deployed. So we have our handler class ready. Now let's create a trigger. Let's say user trg. So our trigger will be on user object with before insert event. Why before insert? Because we need to update manager field before the record gets saved to database. So let's write user here with before insert. Apply a check like this. Trigger dot is before and trigger dot is insert. This is to call our handler class method only on before insert operation. And let's call our handler class method. trigger handler.trg method and pass trigger.new in parameter. Save it and deploy it to work. Okay, it is successfully deployed. So we have our code ready. It's time to see it in action. So let's go to org and test working of our code. So in our org, we already have a user of IT team. Now let's create a new user. Let's say test code. Email will be code@test.com. Let's say force.com. Let's check assign manager checkbox. And first, let's select a value in team field whose user is not present in our org. Let's say sales. Now, if our code is working correctly, then an error should come. Click on save. See, an error has come stating that there is no other user present with sales team, which means till here our code is working correctly. Now let's select value IT. And we have a user of IT team in our org. Save it. See that user John Rambo has been assigned as manager, which means our code is absolutely correct. So that's it for today guys, and I'll be back with more advanced trigger scenarios. Thank you.